Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talk Network. Welcome here to this video. Welcome here to Talking Packers with Steve, where I talk about all 32 teams from a Packer fan perspective. And here I want to give my grades for all 32 and how I think they did in the 2019 NFL Draft. I'll run through who they picked, my kind of quick thoughts on them. The only team that I'll go in depth and truly in depth, you never know how I do or how I'll do as I'm getting the ball going here in this episode, talking about a team or a player. But if I'll be rambling more about the Packers picks and my thoughts on them. But I will give my grades up for all 32, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my grades for your team here as I go through it. And I just have them written on my notes here. This stuff needs to freaking stop. All right, with the Buffalo Bills, their pick, and like I said, I'll share who the picks are, give my quick thoughts, and then grades. The Buffalo Bills, Houston defensive tackle Ed Oliver, Oklahoma defensive tackle Cody Ford, Florida Atlantic running back Devin Singletary, Mississippi tight end Dawson Knox, Florida linebacker Rasan Joseph, Miami safety Jaquan Johnson, North Carolina A&T edge rusher Daryl Johnson, and Boston College tight end Tommy Sweeney. I think overall Buffalo did get nice value there with getting Oliver, Cody Ford being a good pickup there in the early second round. I think overall they did pretty dang well. The grade I give them for this draft that I've written here, A minus. All right, Miami Dolphins. Clemson defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. Wisconsin Badgers offensive guard Michael Dieter. Wisconsin Badgers linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel. Ohio State offensive tackle Isaiah Prince. Auburn fullback George Chandler-Cox. And Washington running back Myles Gaskins. I think Miami did pretty well with picking up the players they did. I mean, they did also acquire Josh Rosen, which does kind of a hint of what I'm doing here with the grades. But I think with Miami finally replacing Ndamukong Suh, they did well. Let's just put it that way. Overall grade, though, B+. The Super Bowl champions, the reigning defending champion New England Patriots. Their picture as follows: Arizona State wide receiver N'Keal Harry, Vanderbilt cornerback Jaquan Williams, Michigan defensive end Chase Winovich, Alabama running back Damian Harris, West Virginia offensive tackle Yanni Cloutier, Arkansas offensive guard Hadi Fuhart, Auburn quarterback Jarrett Stidham. And if you haven't seen anything on Google anything, Google Jarrett Stidham, Jarrett Stidham reaction and watch his reaction when he was drafted. I don't know if that's his girlfriend or wife or whoever, his hell. But anyway, see his reaction is actually pretty cool. One of those, moments that I do like to see. Anyways, Maryland defensive end Brian Cowart, Stanford punter Jake Bailey, and Mississippi quarterback Ken Webster. Hey, Patriots are Patriots. They do well in the draft. Getting a wide receiver, getting a punter there in the late round, of course, when you should get a punter. Solid pickups. Jarrett Stidham could be pretty good. I know people are saying he could be better than who the Giants picked up. They're at that 6th overall picker there, but we'll have to wait and see. The grade for New England I give them is an A. The New York Jets. Alabama defensive tackle Quinn Williams, Florida linebacker Jakey Polite, USC's tackle Chuma Egon, West Virginia tight end Trevin Wesco, Minnesota linebacker Blake Cashman, and Rutgers cornerback Blasium Austin. They did pretty well overall. Finding for need and getting players that they wanted. I give them the grade of a B+. Baltimore Ravens, Oklahoma wide receiver Marquise Brown, Louisiana Tech linebacker Jalen Ferguson, Notre Dame wide receiver Miles Boykins, Oklahoma State running back Justice Hill, Oklahoma guard Ben Powers, USC quarterback Iman Marshall, Texas A&M, defensive tackle Dalen Mack, Penn State quarterback Trace McSorley. Good draft by Baltimore, getting some great players. I give them the grade of a B+. Cincinnati Bengals, Alabama offensive tackle Jonah Williams, Washington D tight end Drew Sample, NC State linebacker Jermaine Pratt, NC State quarterback Ryan Finley, Arizona State defensive tackle Renell Wren, Ohio State center, Michael Jordan, Texas A&M running back Trevon Williams, Auburn linebacker Deshaun Davis, Oklahoma running back Rodney Anderson, and South Dakota State cornerback Jordan Brown. And getting solid players, especially there in the later rounds, getting themselves a quarterback as well was not a bad option for the Cincinnati Bengals to do. I did enjoy seeing that. I like that. But overall in their grade, I give them the grade of a B+. Cleveland Browns. The true Cleveland Browns, right? The team that's going to be winning everything. Their picks are LSU, cornerback Greedy Williams, BYU linebacker Sonny Takaki, Miami safety Sheldrick Redwine, Alabama linebacker Mac Wilson. Sorry about that. Oklahoma kicker Austin Serbert, Southeast Missouri guard Drew Forbes, and Tulane quarterback Donnie Lewis. Good pickups there for Cleveland overall, especially Greedy Williams and even Donnie Lewis there in the later round. I think Cleveland did pretty solid there in the draft, and I give them the grade of an A-. Pittsburgh Steelers, Michigan linebacker Devin Bush, Toledo wide receiver DeTony Johnson, Michigan State cornerback Justin Lane, Kentucky running back Benny Snell, Michigan tight end Zach Gentry, Northern Illinois edge rusher Sutton Smith, Alabama defensive tackle Isaiah Buggs, Akron linebacker Ulysses Gilbert, and Maryland offensive tackle Derwin Gary. Pittsburgh moved up to get Bush. I think that may have been a very smart play for Pittsburgh, and overall their draft did pretty dang well. I give them the grade of a B. Sorry, I'm just looking for something. All right. All right, Houston Texans, Alabama State. Offensive tackle Titus Howard, Kentucky quarterback Lonnie Johnson, Northern Illinois offensive tackle Max Sharping, San Diego State tight end Khalil Waring, Texas defensive end Charles Oge, Central Michigan quarterback Xavier Crawford, and Texas A&M running back Colin Gillespie. Houston did all right there in this pick, though. Their overall, give them the grade. Their grade is a C+. The Indianapolis Colts, Pat McAfee did great doing the Bobby Okereke pick. If you haven't checked that out, check that out on YouTube as well. Google that. Temple cornerback Rock Ya-Sin, TCU linebacker Ben Barnier, Ohio State wide receiver Paris Campbell, Stanford linebacker Bobby Okereke, Michigan State safety Curry Willis, USC safety Marvell Tell, Tarleton State linebacker EJ Speed, Mississippi State edge rusher Gary Green, Utah tackle Jackson Barton, and Ole Miss linebacker Javon Patterson. Good pickups there by that. Overall, they did pretty well. I think Indianapolis is doing well. I give them a grade of B+. For the Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Kentucky defensive end Josh Allen, Florida tackle Jawan Taylor, Josh Oliver there for the pick, Oregon State linebacker Quincy Williams, Temple running back Richard Armstead, Washington State quarterback Gardner Minshew, and Auburn defensive tackle Ontavious Russell. Good solid picks by Jacksonville. I think had some steals even in the later rounds. Give them the grade of an A. Tennessee Titans, the hometown team, at least for the draft, since the draft was in Music City of Tennessee, Houston. Oh, not Houston. Their pickups were Mississippi State defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons, Mississippi wide receiver A.J. Brown, Charlotte offensive guard Nate Davis, Iowa safety Amani Hooker, Georgia linebacker DeAndre Walker, West Virginia linebacker David Long Jr. All right picks. I give them the grade of C+. Broncos, Iowa tight end Noah Fant, Kansas State linebacker Dalton Reisner, Missouri quarterback Drew Lock, Ohio State defensive tackle Jermon Jones, Oregon linebacker Justin Hollins, quarterback Colorado wide receiver Juwan Winfrey. I think some solid picks, especially getting Noah Fant and Drew Lock. Getting a 7th-round wide receiver from Colorado. Solid pickups for Denver. Give Drew Lock the keys to the car because I don't think the quarterback that they brought in from Baltimore, that guy, Flacco, going to be there for a while. I don't think so. I give them the grade of an A-. Good job, Denver. Kansas City Chiefs, Georgia wide receiver Nicole Hadman, Virginia defensive back Juwan Thornhill, Western Illinois defensive tackle Kalen Saunders. South Carolina, sorry about that. Excuse me. South Carolina cornerback Rashawn Fenton. Utah State running back Darwin Thompson. And Illinois guard Nick Larete. With them trading out of the rounds and their first pick being a wide receiver due to the Tyreek Hill situation, I think it was best they did that. And overall, their grade I give them is a B plus. Hope you guys are enjoying my grades that I'm giving these teams. There, hold on a second. All right, Los Angeles Chargers, Notre Dame defensive tackle Jerry Tillery, Delaware safety Nasir Adderley, Sioux Falls tackle Trey Pipkins, Notre Dame linebacker Drew Tranquil, North Dakota State quarterback Easton Stick, Houston linebacker Emilio Bugle, Cincinnati defensive tackle Cortez Broughton. Good pickups there by the Chargers, solid picks. And overall, I think the Chargers have improved. I give them the grade of a B. The Oakland Raiders get Clemson defensive end Colleen Farrell, Alabama running back Josh Jacobs, Mississippi State safety Jonathan Abrams, Clemson cornerback Trevon Mullen, Eastern Michigan defensive end Max Crosby, Houston's cornerback Isaiah Johnson, LSU tight end Foster Maru, Clemson wide receiver Hunter Renfrow, and Prairie View and A&M edge rusher Quentin Bell. Great solid picks by the Raiders, and I give them a grade of a B+. Dallas Cowboys, UCF defensive tackle Tristan Hill, Penn State guard Connor McGrover, Memphis running back Tony Pollard, Miami quarterback Michael Jackson, Miami defensive end Joe Jackson, Texas A&M safety Donovan Wilson, Ohio State running back Mike Weber, and Oregon State Jalen Jelks. To get 2 running backs, I think Zeke, it's time for you to go, though I didn't like you too much anyways. I respected you, but it be what it be. And I be an okay pick and draft for the Dallas Cowboys. I give them the grade of a B-. The Giants, Duke quarterback Daniel Jones, Clemson defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence, Georgia cornerback DeAndre Baker, Old Dominion defensive end Shani Eximi, Notre Dame cornerback Julian Love, Wisconsin Badgers linebacker Ryan Connolly, Auburn wide receiver Darius Slayton, Washington cornerback Corey Ballantyne, Kentucky tackle George Asalfo Ajidi, Syracuse defensive tackle Chris Slayton, Daniel Jones. I think he's going to be a great pick. I think he's going to do better than most think, and I think the Giants could have gotten a steal. But we'll have to see whether he'll be a bust or be a success. You never know. And I give the Giants a grade of a B+. Philadelphia Eagles, Washington State offensive tackle Andre Dillard, Penn State running back Miles Sanders, Stanford wide receiver J.J. Akriga-Whiteside, Penn State defensive end Sharif Miller, and Northwestern quarterback Clayton Thorson. Solid picks. See how Philadelphia does moving forward. I give them the grade of a B+. Washington team, Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins, Mississippi State linebacker Montez Sweat, Ohio State wide receiver Terry McLaurin, Stanford running back Bryce Love, Indiana guard Wes Martin, Alabama center Ross Perez-Sibacher, North Carolina linebacker Cole Holcomb, North Carolina State wide receiver Kelvin Harmon, James Madison cornerback Jimmy Moreland, and Oklahoma edge rusher Jordan Baleford. I think they did solid from start to finish, beginning to end. So the Washington team, one out of only 2 teams that get this grade. 2 teams, and this is one of them. The Washington team here from nation's capital get the grade of an A+. Solid picks. I mean, come on now. Dwayne Haskins, Montez Sweat, Getting your quarterback, not having to trade up. Then you had get Cole Holcomb and Kelvin Harmon there in the late rounds, linebacker and wide receiver respectively. Those two could be great pickups for Washington. A+. All right, the Chicago Bears. Iowa State running back David Montgomery. Georgia wide receiver Riley Ridley. Kansas State cornerback Duke Shelley. Florida Atlantic running back Kareth White. And Western State's cornerback Stephen Denmark. Solid picks, did all right. Not too much else to say in regards to the Bears picks, so I don't think they were terrible, but I give them the grade of a C+. Detroit Lions, Iowa tight end TJ Hawkinson. Hawaii linebacker Wally Tabi. Boston College DB Will Harris. Clemson defensive end Austin Bryant. Penn State cornerback Amir O'Reilly. Old Dominion wide receiver Travis Fulgham. Maryland running back Ty Johnson. Georgia tight end Isaac Nuta. And Arizona defensive tackle P.J. Johnson. Solid picks and solid job. T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end, I thought could fall to the Packers. Would have been a good pick for us. But went to Detroit. Give the Detroit Lions a grade of a B+. Good job. Now it's the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers. And their draft picks are, and my team selected, Michigan offensive linebacker Rashawn Gary, Maryland safety Darnell Savage, Texas A&M guard Elton Jenkins, Texas A&M tight end Jay Sternberger, Texas A&M defensive end Kingsley Kiki, Toledo cornerback Kadar Holman, and Notre Dame running back Dexter Williams, and TCU linebacker Ty Summers. Solid picks. I mean, Gary's production wasn't what you would have liked at Michigan, and his off-field business interest turned down some teams. However, he had great athletic upside as a defender in the Packers scheme. And now this is a linebacker at the draft on Thursday night. Gary can play outside or inside and give consistent full effort. Green Bay had an extra first-round pick from the 2018 draft day trade with the Saints. Packers traded up, though, and selected Savage, who fills an immediate need at safety. He will be an effective nickel defender and will pop ball carriers whenever possible. Green Bay finally used an early pick on an offensive lineman, picking up Jenkins, a strong and long player who played every O-line position for the Bulldogs. Head coach Matt LaFleur needed another tight end, and Sternberger turned out to be a very nice value as a receiving threat in the mid-third round. The Packers got a steal in Kiki, who could just become a starter. Holman was a former walk-on who started at Toledo. Depth at running back was a big need for the Packers, so Williams would get a shot to play early. I think they did pretty dang well. The Packers, the second team out of the two, they get an A+ as well. Good picks. Job, Green Bay. Minnesota Vikings, NC State center Garrett Bradbury. Alabama tight end Herb Smith. Boise State running back Alexander Mattinson. Oklahoma guard Drew Simi. USC linebacker Cameron Smith. Arkansas defensive tackle Armin Watts. Wyoming safety Marcus Epps. Al Iran, offensive tackle Uli Udine. Texas cornerback Chris Boyd. Oregon wide receiver Dylan Mitchell. Colorado State wide receiver Othadi Johnson. And Air Force long snapper Austin Cutting. Military Academy, there you go. But good solid pickups for Minnesota, especially from the start with getting a center and a tight end there respectively. Overall grade for the Vikings, B+. Atlanta Falcons, Boston College guard Chris Lindstrom, Washington tackle Caleb McCary, Ohio State cornerback Kendall Sheffield, Charleston defensive end John Kaminsky, Pittsburgh running back Queer Olson, Washington cornerback Jordan Miller, Wiz and Monroe wide receiver Marcus Green. Solid picks from Atlanta. Not too much else to say. They did pretty well. Give them the grade of a B-. Carolina Panthers, Florida State defensive end Brian Burns, Mississippi tackle Greg Little, West Virginia quarterback Will Greer, Alabama defensive end Christian Miller, Florida running back Jordan Scarlett, South Carolina defensive tackle Dennis Daly, and Georgia wide receiver Terry Goodwin. I mean, Burns, solid effort. You know, you get bang for your buck there and how you're going to pay him. And other picks up here for Carolina, I think we're solid for sure. Give them the grade A- for the Carolina Panthers. New Orleans Saints, Texas A&M center Eric McCoy, Florida safety Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Rutgers safety Shaquan Hampton, Notre Dame tight end Ezekiel Mack, Idaho linebacker Caden Ellis. Solid pickups for the Saints, but their grade overall, C+. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the WrestleMania will be next year in Tampa Bay, Raymond James Stadium. Their picks were LSU linebacker Devin White, Central Michigan DB Sean Bunting, Auburn cornerback Jamil Dean, Kentucky safety Mike Edwards, Iowa linebacker Anthony Nelson, Utah kicker Matt Gay, Bowling Green wide receiver Scott Miller, and Missouri defensive tackle Terry Beckner Jr. I saw pickups from beginning to end for Tampa Bay. I think they did pretty dang well. I give them the grade of a B+. The Arizona Cardinals and their selections: Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray, Washington cornerback Brian Murphy, Massachusetts wide receiver Andy Isabella, Boston College defensive end Zach Allen, Iowa State wide receiver Hakeem Butler, Alabama safety D'Antonio Thompson, Fresno State wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson, Georgia safety Lamont Gilliard, not safety, center, Morgan State offensive tackle Joshua Miles, Temple defensive tackle Michael Dibaji, and UCLA tight end Caleb Wilson. Solid draft for Arizona, so I think they're great. Hakeem Butler, Deontay Thompson could be great sales. Getting Kyler Murray being your franchise quarterback, trading away Rosen. You had to do what you had to do there, business decisions. So Arizona, you get a grade of an A. Solid grade. And solid picks. Good job, Arizona. Los Angeles Rams. Excuse me, their picks: Washington safety Taylor Rapp, Memphis running back Darrell Henderson, Michigan cornerback David Long, Oklahoma offensive guard Bobby Evans, Washington defensive tackle Greg Gaines, Wisconsin Badgers tackle David Edwards, Penn State safety Nick Scott, and Texas Tech linebacker Dakota Allen. Saw pickups there for the Rams. Overall, I'll give them the grade of a B. 49ers, Ohio State defensive end Nick Bosa, South Carolina wide receiver Deebo Samuel, Baylor wide receiver Jalen Hurd, Utah punter Mitch Wisnowski, Arkansas linebacker Drake Greenlaw, Stanford tight end Keaton Smith, Vanderbilt tackle Justin Silky, Virginia cornerback Jim Harris. Great picks there for San Francisco. Overall, give them a grade of a B+. Seattle Seahawks, TCU defensive end LJ Collier. Check out Northcam on Twitter at Northcam, good friend of mine. He's been on my channel. I've been on his ones too. But yeah, Northcam. Utah DB Marquise Blair, Mississippi wide receiver DK Metcalf, Utah linebacker Cody Barton, West Virginia wide receiver Gary Jennings, Wake Forest guard Phil Hayes, Oregon cornerback Hugo Guande, Washington linebacker Ben Kerbin, Michael running back Travis Homer, Florida State defensive tackle DeMarcus Christmas, and Hawaii wide receiver John Shea. Solid picks there. DK Metcalf, wide receiver, who I think can flourish in the NFL, gives Seattle the grade of an A-. Good job. So that will be all 32. Hope you guys like that. Sorry, my little word. I was just reading on my script and my list of all 32. I had to write it down, otherwise I would have forgotten what I wanted to say. But like I said, I did ramble a little bit more about the Packers picks. But overall, I think all teams did well. Let me know what you think, how I graded your team. And subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell to know when I go live with the next video. And also welcome to follow me on Twitter at talking_Packers. Enjoy the rest of your day and your evening. Enjoy the weather in your area. And above all else, as always, take care.